grab a cup of coffee, pull up a chair, and welcome to Shumpert's Hill. Hey y'all, I've got my first request to do a video. First one I had yet, yay! So I had a sweet viewer ask me to do a video on my wood furniture. So as a request to this lady, that's what I'm going to do this video on. So I'm going to just show you my furniture and maybe tell you a little history about when I got it, and if I can remember where I got it from, I'll share it with you. I wanted a log cabin, and Randy wouldn't let me have a log cabin. He said, I'm not going to varnish it every 6 months. I said I wanted a white house then. He said, I'm not putting siding on it because I'm not going to listen to that popping all year long. He said, because I'm out there in the weather and I hear that popping. And so he said, but you can have a brick house. He said, I'm going to give you we're going to have a brick house, and then you can do whatever you want to. So as you can tell on the wall right there, we put boards up. Some of it I did do by myself, and some of it he done, and then some of it we done together. Because I remember in the dining room right over there, he would be on one side and I would be on the other. He'd hammer, and then he'd hand me the hammer, and I would hammer it. I had the air hammer. And so, we put it up together. And he said, you can do whatever you want to in the side. So I had regular furniture for years and years and years, and I always wanted log furniture, y'all. But when I would go to the log furniture stores, oh my, I couldn't see paying that kind of money. We just couldn't afford it, I didn't think, by the time you're looking at everything. So our boys were in Bible school in Missouri, and with the 3 boys and the daughter-in-law, it'd been a combination of 6 years of being in Bible school. So we made many trips out there, and we would find many trips, different ways to come back. And so, because it was a 16 to 17 hour drive. It's quite how fast you drive and how many times you stop, but it was a long ways. So anyway, we came back through Arkansas. I can't tell you the way we came. I just know I remember Mammoth Springs. We did come through Mammoth Springs, but there was a country store, and they had these log cabin furniture out front. It was just the headboard and the footboard. It was queen size, and it had $100. And I said, Randy, that's $100 for the headboard and footboard. So we turned around and went back, and it was no frame. It was just the head and the bottom. So we bought it, and we had it for a while, and we had to put that, oh my goodness, the polyurethane on it. So Daniel, he did that for us. And Randy bought two 2x6s, and then the hardware. So we had less than $150 just in the frame. And so, we had a queen size bed. So we just moved our furniture over into Daniel's room, and then put that bed in. And so it's in the attic. I cannot show it to you. I'm not going to climb those steps, and it's dark up there. And I don't know where it would be. But anyway, so that was the first log furniture we had. This is the color that our first bed was. And that's about, it was about like that size, or like that. That's really how it kind of looked. So that just gives you an idea of what it looked like. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? To go with our queen size bed, I wanted to get furniture that would go with it. So we went to, as I've told you many times, we love to go to Ohio. And so one of the places that we would like to go would be was Miller's furniture store. And if I find the link on the computer, I'll put it down below, because I don't know their number, or their I don't even know if they're on any kind of internet or anything. I'm pretty sure they would probably be. But so I'm just going to show you what we picked out to match the first bed that we had purchased. But this is the dresser that I got to match, and that's the color that our frame was on the first bed. And so that was actually our first piece that we had bought from an actual furniture, log cabin furniture store. So this one was Randy's dresser. The problem, and I think I've told y'all before, but the problem with these drawers that I don't like is they're not very thick. And so you couldn't get much of his clothes in there by the time, well, I've got some hunting and, you know, some private things in there now. And we had to keep his work clothes, and I mean, he'd have pile, they would be high, of work clothes up on this. So that was the one thing about this one I didn't like. And now it's just kind of got his stuff in it. But that's the first two pieces we bought. Well, there was more. I'll show you. We bought this couch and that rocking chair and the footstool. So that was actually, you know, we bought pieces along and along because we just bought what we needed and what we wanted. Now, the couch, I will tell you, I'll tell you a little story about it. And I think I've told you before, but I thought it was leather, but it wasn't leather. It was a man-made material on the couch, and it started cracking. And you'll see some of that in later on in the video. But so we ended up having to take it back to Ohio, and we had made arrangements with them. They said, well, we've never seen this problem before. So, well, you're having it now because he's had to lay on it for 6 months. And they reupholstered it. Of course, it cost us, and we haven't had any problems. It's been probably 4 or 5 years now since they've reupholstered it, and it's, you know, it looks pretty good. I'll show you up close. Started cracking really bad. I mean, they were peeling real bad. This one had a little bit in it, but not as bad as these two. And so, as you can tell now, it's been redone, and we haven't had any more problems. Two pieces that I think we bought were these double rocking chairs. I've seen them. We just went in there to look, and they somehow jumped in our vehicle and came home with us. This is a rocking chair that I have, but this one was a double one, and I just thought it was so pretty. So we bought, you know, our family was growing. We had 3 boys that now were adults and no longer, the floors used to be carpeted, and so at nighttime they would lay on the floor, and on the weekends camp out on the floor. But now that it was hard, they were growing up. They're not going to lay on the floor. They want to sit in the chairs. So we bought this one. But I'll show you how this one has cracked. Daniel sat on this one a lot. He doesn't sit on it very much now. But this is another one like the other one. But he said this one to him was more comfortable than the other one was. And so he sat on it a lot. So Andrew worked at Hiley Myers, I think it was, upholstering furniture when he was in Bible college. So he knows how to reupholster it. I've just got to get the material and get him to find some time that he can help me get it reupholstered. And so that's what we'll do there. But that was my next 2 pieces of furniture. Now I'm just going to show you, I want to show you this little bench, y'all. That little bench sees so much action in this house. Please don't look at my mess behind my thing. I got to do something with videos. But that little piece of furniture right there is soon be 35 years old. We got it when we got Scott. And I had all intentions of painting it. And I never got to it. But it usually holds 2 kids on it now. So they fight over sitting on it. They'll turn it around so they can watch TV. And we have 3 other little chairs, but they like to sit on that bench. And so that bench is 35 years old, and it's seen its 2nd generation. As far as I'm concerned, it'll be here when I'm gone, even if we have to tack it up. But this piece here is just a dresser. Now that corner right there, it won't go in. They done some work to it, whoever we bought it. And I was going to get Randy to fix it and never, it went on the back burner. So I'm okay. But I painted it. It was, I don't even remember what color it was, but I painted it red, white, and blue because I like those colors. Since then, I've thought about just repainting it a solid white with maybe some distress in it to give it that old farmhouse look. So y'all tell me what you think. Should I leave it the red, white, and blue because it's patriotic, or should I repaint it and distress it some? This is we bought that. Oh, I didn't tell you where we bought it, but we bought it. Like I said, I can't remember if we paid like $35 for it. Something like that, 45 something. We bought it. Somebody was selling stuff beside the road, and we purchased it. But this little bench we bought in Ohio. I think we paid like $35 for it, and it's just a little bench the young ones will get over here and play on, lay on, or something. And of course, you see my end table. I have two of them. This one's just where the phone and some little pretties is, and then I have another one where this actually has his picture. We call that Granddaddy Candy. We have Granddaddy cookies and we have Granddaddy candy, and so they get into Granddaddy's candy, and that's a picture book of Randy's pictures, and there's his watch. They're allowed to play with that. I keep his glasses back there, just some little things to remember Granddaddy by. So that's why we have that little table for. But this piano we bought at an antique store in Charleston. The bench we bought it up there around Mount Airy. I say that right, North Carolina, at a antique store. It's really good shape. It's sturdy, it's not wobbly, and so, but the piano, we had just went in there to look. I had a electric piano that was messing up. It was on the way out. And I said, if the power goes out, I can't play the piano. So I wanted to get me a piano that I could actually play. And we went to the mall, to the antique store. I wasn't looking to get a piano. We was just going to look. And it was a long building. We kept going through different sections and got just about, it was, I guess, the warehouse back there. And it was almost the door to go outside. The piano wasn't very far. So I said it either just came in or it was fixing to go out. So I played the keys. Every key worked. I think I have one now that don't. We got to get a string for it, but I don't play it, so it don't much matter to me. They wanted $300 for the piano. It's an old German piano, and I can't even tell you the name of it. Randy asked them if they'd take $275 for it, and they said, yeah. He said, well, I'll pay for it, but I can't. We were in the car. He said, can I come back later next week and pick it up? And they said, yeah. So they held on to it for us, and so I got me a little piano for $275. I was very happy with it, and I'm still very happy with it because I get in here and bang on it sometimes. I'm going to show you my hope chest. I didn't get a hope chest till I was, oh my goodness. You know how young girls have the hope chest? I don't know, do they do that anymore? I had stuff for when we got married, before we got married, that I was going to put in my house, but I never had a hope chest to put it in. And we bought this up in North Carolina in the mountains for $50. And so I have a hope chest. I've probably had it 8-9 years, something like that. I thought about repainting it, but I happen to like the flowers on the front. So what's the sense of messing with something if you like it? So I have to tell you the story of Barry. He had a hope chest. He had bought a girlfriend. They wasn't engaged or anything, but he had bought it for her. When they broke up, she gave it back to him. When we got married, guess what I got? I got the ex-girlfriend's hope chest. I put it in a room and just junk piled up on it. I didn't use it. It was me. I didn't want something from an old girlfriend. And I never said anything to him. It was probably the first year of our marriage. I never said anything to him. And then finally, we were talking about it. And I brought it up that I just didn't, it was an old girlfriend's. I didn't want it. He ended up selling it to a lady in the church that we went to. She bought it for her daughter. And so she ended up getting it. And I went probably 20 something years without a hope chest. And then we sing this from $50. And I said, I'd like to have it. So he bought it for me. Don't want ex-girlfriend stuff. We bought this cabinet too in Ohio. I think it's called the Peddler Shop. I keep my perfumes and stuff in there, and there's some things of Randy's in there that I had 2 shelves and he had 2 shelves. I'm not going to show it to you, but this is the last piece we have bought. And I told you about his back hurting him and my back hurting me, and we couldn't get it together. And I think I've told you before, but this is a king size and it's a split mattress. I had actually bought another little wooden frame, a twin bed. And I said, for 6 months he couldn't sleep with me. I said, if we're not going to sleep together, let's at least be in the same room. So I was going to clean out one corner and put it over there. That day we went to look for a mattress, and we went to Mattress Firm, and we came across this, and it was a split mattress. He has the flat Tempur-Pedic side, which was good for him, and I have where I can tilt my head, as you can tell. I sleep that way. I can tilt my feet if I need to. My mattress is softer, and it's a pain in the neck to have to make this bed up. I can make it up sometimes, and sometimes I have to just call Daniel in here to help me, because before I would get Randy to do it. But we had them, this wouldn't fit the old frame, so that's why the old frame went upstairs. Up in the attic. And we needed to get a frame, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money. I didn't want to spend thousands of dollars on a frame. So we went back to Miller's in Ohio, and they had this frame for it was $600, a little over it by taxes. So I didn't think that was too bad. It's a king size. It's not the same furniture as, we got a nightstand too, I forgot about that. But it's not the same furniture as the other furniture, but I'm okay with it. I like it. And I thought at some point that maybe we would get this kind of dresser and stuff later on and just move these in Daniel's room. But I don't see that happening now that Randy's not here, but that's okay. That's not the top priority on my list. I'll put it like that. But anyway, that is my wood furniture that we have purchased. I'm sorry if the lighting is not very good in here. But this is another little table that we bought in Ohio. As you can tell, I keep my coffee maker and my ice maker on it. But that's just a little table. I keep my sugars and my coffee stuff in it. I can't remember the name of the company that we bought it from. But in Ohio, it's called, over there by Berlin, there's a furniture store called Zink's, and behind it is a flea market that they own. And the flea market is like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And the Amish that we bought it from, they sell in there. But they didn't have anything that I wanted there. But they said, well, we have, furniture at our house. And so they have a shed outside their house. And we went back there, and that's when we purchased this little cabinet. So this cabinet, this is my own China hut. We bought this at an antique mall in Aiken, and my mom was in the hospital, and we went to visit her, and we come back home, or we were coming back home, and we stopped by. They had just opened a antique mall there on Main Street, and so we stopped by there, and they had this wood furniture China hut. I'll get it out in a minute. And they wanted $450 for it. And I thought it was so beautiful. And so I think we put a deposit on it, and then we went back the next week and picked it up. So I was real pleased. I didn't think that was a bad price for that at all. Of course, you see my memory table. Now, I have to tell you, this here is actually supposed to be a China hut. There's supposed to be a cabinet up above it. Somebody was having a yard sale, and I seen it, and I thought, I had something else there that Randy had made, and when I seen this, I thought, this was lower, and I liked it better, and I said, it's old. I thought about redoing it, but I like the distress on it. But as the daughter was selling at her dad's house, and her husband had brought it over, and I guess he forgot to tie it down or something. But anyway, it fell out the truck and broke the China hut part. So I keep it covered. There's a piece back there that you could see where it would be. But I just like it like this. I didn't pay but maybe $20-25 for it, and I thought it was really pretty. And so I like the yellow in here, and it makes me happy. I want to show you my favorite piece of all. My favorite piece of all. It's not finished. As you can tell, right there, it's not finished. So let's look at the part that is finished. This table was made for me by Daniel. I can sit, when we started out, you know, there was 10 of us at one point. And so we could put 3 on one side and 3 on the other, and easily sit 2 on this end and 2 on that end. And then now it's only 9 of us, so we sit 2 on one end, 1 on one end, and 3 on each side. And it works out great. Daniel's got a plaque underneath it saying his name and when he made it for me. But it's just wide boards, and I got nails in it. I'll just show you. I like the holes in it, and I like the nails in it. I want it to look old. And so I try to distress it as he got in here and beat it with some hammers and nails and stuff. And I put the different colors on it. I don't know if Randy really cared for it, but I like it. And I've gotten compliments off this table, so, you know, people liking it. But I just stained it with some brown and some green and red and the blue. And then I used a stain. And like I said, I just don't think about things sometimes doing it. But I want to show you what I love about it so much is, can you see that? That is hand carved on every leg. He hand carved it S for us. And so I painted that, and he burnt that, and then I stained the leg. And so, yeah, that's the piece that I am the most proud of because it's handmade by my son. So I hope I haven't bored you too much with my furniture and little stories about why we've got what we got. And I just hope that you come in and sit down and feel comfortable enough, grab a cup of coffee, and just feel at home. That's what I want. And I've had people tell me, you know, sitting in my living room or other places, they just felt at home. And that's what I want. I want a home that, I don't care. I'm not really about the dust. I got dust. Well, I got a bunch of dust bunnies if y'all want to buy some. I could become rich. But anyway, I don't care about the dust. I don't care. Sometimes life gets a little cluttered because you live in that space. If you'd see now, the office is nothing but pictures. I've been painting, as you can tell. But I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying it, and it's just home. That's all it is home. And if you've got a place that you feel at home and you love being at home, then you're blessed. Y'all take care. God bless.